the ball's above our feet, Dan.
That ball is very much above our feet. You've picked a beauty here,
I
haven't
have,
you?
yeah.
Right.
Talk to me.
So, ball above my feet, obviously what's going to happen is that club, as I'm getting lower and lower, that club is going to start to work up this way. And now, if you think about it, I would be pointing this club straight down the line. As that starts to tilt, you can see that everything is now going to want to sort of pull it round to that left-hand side. In the game, we kind of call it face plane tilt. As it tilts up, it moves the loft this way, moves the direction of where that ball is going to start. They start to go left on us pretty quickly. We're going to go to the white flag.
White flag, mixing it up.
Yeah.
Cool. So a bit of green to work with.
So we've got a little bit of green to work with. Again, you've picked me a nice little lie here, haven't you?
Well, you pick what you want, but
so
yeah,
like
nice lie.
I mean, it's not a particularly sat up lie, but it's certainly not sat down. For this shot again, because I haven't got a lot of green to work with, I'm gonna go with my most lofted club. I feel a bit more comfortable with this. If that pin was maybe a fraction further on, I would sort of go maybe to a 56, but in this case I'm going to use my 60. Now, being as I'm using my 60, there's kind of two ways that you can do this, isn't there? You can either aim yourself and allow for that sort of movement of the ball, should we say, to pop off to the left, or you can counteract that by just opening the face up. You've got to be careful with kind of, in a way, both. Well, more this way, I would say this is a harder position to get right, because obviously you've got to really work, and this is where your practice comes in, is understanding how much you need to open it up in order to counteract that move to the left. Now, when you open it up, obviously, as soon as I start to open that club up, not only am I adding some bounce into that a little bit more, so the leading edge will start to rise up, but I'm adding loft majority of the time. I'm starting to move that loft up. So I've got to be careful when I'm playing this shot not to underhit the shot because I've got too much loft in my hand. So I'm going to just play it the way and just open it up slightly.
Okay, so counteracting that leftness by opening it up.
Yeah, ball above my feet. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to try and swing it in any different direction here. Weight is probably slightly on my left side. It's kind of 50-50, maybe 55%, 60% on my left side than my right side. My sternum, again, I like to keep that more over on top of the ball. I'm certainly not leaning behind it, and I'm not leaning ahead of it. And then I'm just going to try and just let that club just slide underneath, and then let it work its way down towards the hole.
Oh, a lovely shot.
Yeah, I played a good one there.
Lovely shot. Lovely, lovely. What would you do with not twisting the face then?
Yeah,
just
so
by aiming right.
Can I just borrow one of your balls?
Yeah, you
borrow
go for
away.
it. You hit my ball instead this time.
So for this, I would literally start to aim my body instead of opening the face up. I'm going to start to aim my whole body more towards, let's say, the other flag.
Yeah.
To accommodate for the fact that it might just pop off to the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay, so all I'm going to do, again, my swinging is going to stay exactly the same. I'm just aiming a little bit further to the right-hand side, and then I'm going to just execute the shot from there, and it should start to move around to the left-hand side. A little bit of a poor strike, but ultimately you can see it was starting to move a little bit, popping off to that left-hand side.
I would say that way is more basic for most golfers out there.
Yes.
Doing everything that you would do normally.
Yeah.
But just aiming right to allow for that face plane tilt to push the ball left.
Yes.
Only thing that I would do differently, you said you would set up normally, I would grip right down.
Okay, yeah. Shortening the club slightly.
You do it without, I grip down, like find out what works for you.
And you're gripping down because?
Just because of the control thing, and the ball's closer to me, so I want that club head closer to me.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I would do differently to what you've explained, and I would definitely pick the non-twist, just aim slightly right if I was you down the lens.
And would you be using any different club? You've got a 58 in your hand?
That totally depends on what's in front of me. If I've got loads of green, I would use less loft. If I haven't got much green, I'd use more loft. Okay. Just controlling how much that's going to move left off what loft you've got, and practicing it to work out the extremes of it, basically.
Yeah. Let me see you play a shot. See if you can see you want to just. I want you to get it inside me there. There's always competition with us boys, isn't there? We can't help ourselves.
This is quite extreme, isn't it? So I'm going to be aiming similar to you at that red flag, I think. That's quite a lot for such a short shot, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And, oh, I pitched it too far.
Just a little bit long, I think. But
oh, it's finished perfect there, isn't it?
Right on line.
Look at that.
So another good shot, another interesting shot to play around with. Again, you know, for you guys, it's about getting out and practicing these types of shots. Have a little play with what Matt and I have talked about. Get out onto your short game areas, or if you're out on the golf course and practicing in the evenings, certainly the summertime, you can get some practice time, get out around the greens, chuck some balls down and just try and play difficult shots around the greens. Let me know how you've got on with your short game practice. Is this a shot that you enjoy playing? Is it a difficult shot for you? Put your comments down below.
Any other shots as well? Let us know.
Let us know any shots that you struggle with. Put your comments in there for us, and we can hopefully put some videos together for you for that as well. Should we move on to another shot?
Yeah, one more.
One more.